In today's video, I'm going to explain how to read a Sure Analysis report. To begin, what is Sure Analysis? The Sure Analysis research database is Sure Dividend's most premium level of investment research. It includes a detailed library of 3-page research reports on individual stocks that are updated quarterly. Sure Analysis also includes complimentary access to our 2 monthly newsletters: the Sure Dividend newsletter, which covers dividend growth stocks in the United States, and the Sure Retirement newsletter, which covers high-yield dividend stocks in the United States. You can click the link in the upper right corner of this video to easily start a no-risk 7-day free trial of Sure Analysis today. Each Sure Analysis report has the following appearance. There are a number of sections to each report, including key metrics, overview and current events, growth on a per-share basis, valuation analysis, safety, quality, competitive advantage, and recession resiliency, final thoughts and recommendation, total return breakdown by year, and a full page of data tables. I will take you through each section of the report step by step so that you can learn how to make the most of these pieces of investment research. To begin, let's explore the key metrics section. The first metric is current price, which is self-explanatory. The second metric is fair value price, which is our estimate of the company's fair value. This fair value estimate is explained in the valuation analysis section of each report, and is usually calculated by multiplying the company's historical price-to-earnings ratio against its current earnings per share. The next metric is percent fair value, which is calculated by dividing the company's current stock price by our fair value estimate. If the percent fair value is above 100%, then we believe the stock is overvalued. Conversely, if the percent fair value is below 100%, then we believe the stock is undervalued. The next metric is dividend yield, which is calculated by dividing a company's annual dividend payments by its current stock price. The last metric in the first column of the key metrics data table is dividend risk score, which is a proprietary metric that measures how safe a company's dividend is. If you're interested in learning more about how this metric is calculated, you can use the link in the description of this video to access the Sure Analysis glossary and see the full calculation today. The second column of the key metrics section shows the sources of expected return for the company in question. The first metric is our 5-year CAGR estimate, which is the expected total return over the next 5 years for investors who buy today. It is the product of dividend yield, our 5-year growth estimate, and our 5-year valuation multiple estimate. This return figure, as well as all other return figures in these reports, is expressed on an annualized basis. The next estimate is the 5-year growth estimate, which is our estimate of the firm's annualized growth on a per-share basis over the next 5 years. This estimate is explained in the growth on a per-share basis section later in the report. Next up is the 5-year valuation multiple estimate. This estimate shows how the stock's future returns would be impacted if it reverted to its historical valuation multiple over a 5-year period. This metric is elaborated on in the valuation analysis section of the Sure Analysis report. The fourth metric in this column is our 5-year price target, calculated by multiplying the stock's historical price-to-earnings ratio against our 5-year earnings per share estimate. Like the first column, the second column concludes with another proprietary Sure Dividend metric, the Retirement Suitability Score. If you're interested in learning how this metric is calculated, you can use the link in the description of this video to access the Sure Analysis glossary and see the full calculation today. The last column contains percentile scores for a number of quantitative characteristics. The first is volatility percentile, which is the percentile rank of the stock's 3-year stock price standard deviation. The second is momentum percentile, which is the percentile rank of the stock's trailing 1-year total return, including reinvested dividends. The third is growth percentile, which is the percentile rank of our 5-year earnings growth estimate for the company. The fourth is valuation percentile, which is the percentile rank of the difference between the stock's current price and our fair value estimate. The higher the valuation percentile, the more undervalued the stock is. The fifth and final percentile score is total return percentile, which is the percentile rank of the stock's 5-year expected total return. This concludes our discussion of the key metrics section of the Sure Analysis report. The next section is overview and current events. As its name implies, this section of the report provides an overview of the company's business model and an explanation of any recent events that impact its investment thesis. More specifically, this section always includes an overview of the company's most recent quarterly earnings release. The next section is growth on a per-share basis. This section explains how the company generated historical growth and what strategies it can use to continue growing in the future. This section also explains how we arrive at our 5-year growth estimate for the company covered in the research report. After the growth section, each Sure Analysis report contains a section named Valuation Analysis. This section of the report compares the company's current valuation to its long-term historical average and estimates how this difference may impact its returns moving forward. The first section of the second page is titled Safety, Quality, Competitive Advantage, and Recession Resiliency. This section begins with a table that shows the company's payout ratio over time. The table is followed by a written explanation of the company's competitive advantages. The last written portion of each share analysis report is titled Final Thoughts and Recommendation. In this section, we summarize the findings of the research report and give an actionable buy, sell, or hold recommendation for the security in question. After this recommendation, we include a chart that maps out the stock's realized total returns over the past 5 years. To finish each share analysis report, we have a third page full of useful data to make investment decisions. More specifically, there are sections on income statement data, balance sheet data, and per share financial performance. All of the data on this page covers a 10-year time period. Thanks for watching today's video on how to read a share analysis report. I invite you to sign up for a 7-day free trial of the research platform using the link in the description of this video. If you're still uncertain whether share analysis is right for you, then feel free to send me an email at nick@sharedividend.com and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. I look forward to hearing from you.